Alright guys, time to do a Spyderco. This is one that I've had in my collection for about 2.5 months right now. I've been waiting to get around to the review to it. Just wanted to give this one and put it really through the paces, give it a really good long carry. And let's go ahead and jump right into the review. You guys know what this is. Spyderco Delica 4, full flat ground, brand new for 2010. This is the latest incarnation in the Delica line. I have not owned Delica really before this. And I'm honestly glad to say that I'm really glad I waited, because from talking to all my buddies here on YouTube that are Spyderco enthusiasts and know a lot more about this than I do, this is definitely the Delica to have as far as the materials, the setup, the design, and everything. Man, this is the Delica right here. But before we get too much into that, as always, let's go ahead and jump right into the specifications. Again, this is the Delica 4, full flat ground. Blade length comes in at 2 7/8 inches. The close length comes in at 4 1/4 inches, giving it an overall length of 7 1/8 inches. Blade material on this guy is the very awesome Spyderco VG10. The blade shape, I don't really know if there is a name for this kind of blade shape from Spyderco. If there is, guys, please correct me. It's not exactly a leaf shape. I like to call it a spear leaf, simply because it starts out kind of like the leaf shape, but it kind of comes to a little bit of a spear point. Which I really dig. This is definitely a really cool blade shape for cutting and for slicing. I think they really got it right with this one. Handle material is Spyderco's proprietary FRN. They call it bi-directional because you got these little rivets going forward and backwards, which is good stuff. Feels really good in your hands. Not too grippy and not too slippy. Okay, the deployment and lockup on this guy. It uses the very awesome trademark spider hole. It's actually got the 1/2 inch spider hole in this guy, which I think suits the knife very well. It's really easy to get your hand in there and get that sucker right open. It does have a lockback. This is my very first Spyderco lockback knife. Also features what's referred to as the Boy dent, as in David Boy, B-O-Y-E. So it's a little bit easier to get that lockup to loosen up so you can get the knife closed. This is put together with torque screws, as you can see. So if you'd like to take it apart for cleaning, good stuff. Pocket clip is tip up, tip down, left or right. They've got everybody covered on this one, guys. This is awesome. You know, it's just really great when a company pays attention to details like that, and they try and cover as much of their customer base as they can as far as carry preference is concerned. Okay, as far as the opening is concerned, it's got phosphor bronze washers, which definitely help kind of smooth out the deployment. This is not a flickable knife, in my opinion, guys. I'm sure a lot of you guys out there can flick this. I can't do it without it eating up my fingernail, and in my opinion, most Spydercos, they don't really need to be flicked, man, because they open so smoothly that it's kind of a real treat just to see how smooth you get from A to B. You know, the detent on them is great. They don't fly open or anything, but when you just give it the tiniest bit of pressure, it just opens like it's on rails. You know, you gotta love that. Okay, the weight on this guy comes in at a actually very light weight, 2.3 ounces. For a blade length that's just shy of 3 inches, man, that's pretty impressive that it's, excuse me, that it's only 2.3 ounces. So this is definitely a lightweight knife for its size. Origin of this guy, Seki City, Japan. Spyderco is based out of America, but some of their knives are made in Taiwan and Japan, and some of their knives are made here. Okay, the pocket clip on this guy, as you can see, it is kind of a black coating on it. Mine's got a little bit of wear on it since I've really been using it. Again, it is tip up, tip down, left or right. You can put it anywhere you like. It does have a lanyard hole there in the middle that goes right through the pocket clip. I've always really liked that Spyderco does that stuff. You know, they kind of think outside the box, and they kind of combine two facets of the knife into one. You know, for the guys who want the lanyard hole and the guys who want the pocket clip, they just put the two ideas together, and there you go. The pocket clip itself, I'd have to give it a minor hit. I don't have an issue with the design or the carry of it. I think both of those are great. I think that it's kind of prone to getting snagged on things a little too easy. I've had it happen to me 2 or 3 times just walking around my house, and you know, I'm not the least clumsy person I know, but the pocket clip bends to the point where, you know, it snags on something, and it just kind of bends, in my opinion, a little bit too easy, to the point where I've got to take some needle nose pliers, and I've actually got to bend it back, you know, and put a little bit of grunt into it to get it back to the way I want it. So again, not a huge deal. You know, that's partially my fault that I'm just being a dumbass, you know, being clumsy around my own house. But it's unusual that you see a knife of this caliber where the pocket clip is kind of flimsy like that, you know, where it bends really easy. I mean, it should have some give to it, and this one does. It's just it bent just a little bit too easy, in my opinion. But again, that's not really a huge deal. It was really easy to fix. Okay, it does have skeletonized stainless steel liners in there that are highly skeletonized from what I can see. You got a lot of cutouts in there, which definitely help keep the weight down. So it's really good. Give you a Spyderco drop here. It flies right open. Not trying to hit the table with that, but nope. There we go. Piece of cake. Not quite as easy to do that as, say, something like the Tenacious or Persistence or Sage 1 or everything, but guys, those are liner lock knives. This is a lock back, which is a much stronger lock design, so it's not going to be as easy to get from A to B. Not that this is tough, you know, it opens nice and smooth in my opinion, but it's never going to be as smooth as a liner lock or something like that, where the locking system isn't quite as strong as this is. You know, short of a fixed blade, a lock back is pretty much as tough as it gets. Alright, let's do some size comparisons here. Get the Delica there in the middle. I would call this its direct competitor on Benchmade's side, the Mini Griptilian. The dimensions on these two guys are virtually identical. Price points are very similar, not this particular one. This is a little bit different version of it, but the regular Mini Griptilian and this are virtually the same price. Let's get another Spyderco in there. Got the Spyderco Persistence in there. Virtually the same size as the Delica. A little bit chunkier handle. This is a lot skinnier of a knife. Very thin and streamlined. But the dimensions on the actual blade and the handle length are pretty close. Let's get a Kershaw in there. Mr. Kershaw Leak. And CRKT Drifter, just to give you guys some scale. Leak is a little bit longer, it looks like, on the Delica, maybe by just a hair. Pretty close. The CRKT Drifter is a little bit shorter. But the handle width on this, you know, between the Delica and the Leak is pretty close, and this is a really thin knife, guys. So that's pretty cool. You see how much bigger the blade sticks out than on the Leak there. This is a little bit of a thicker blade. Okay, let's do some blade comparisons. Blades are just about the same length. This is just under 3 inches, and so is this. That's pretty damn close. This is one of the main reasons I'd put them as competitors, you know, because the price points are similar and the dimensions on them are pretty similar, you know. And as far as popularity, the Delica is one of Spyderco's most popular knives, and this is Benchmade's most popular knife. So these two guys are kind of going head to head here, and I love them equally. I'm really not going to tell you which one I prefer because I like them both for different reasons, and they both have very special places in my collection. There's the Persistence. So you can see the blade's a little bit short. It's a little bit shorter, a little bit stubbier of a knife, you know, than the Delica. The Delica is more of a fine cutting tool. Alright guys, let's do a little pocket carry here. Show you how this guy rides in your pocket. Get it in there. You can see it sits pretty low. It's pretty reasonable. You know, it doesn't stick out too much, and doesn't totally conceal itself. But pulling it out is really simple. It just kind of glides out. A lot of that's probably because of the coating on the pocket clip that makes it slip in and out like really easily. Good stuff right there. Flip it out. Boom. There you go. Do a full-size Spyderco drop for you. Flies out no problem, guys. Good job, Spyderco. Alright, let's get a little front row seat on here. See that Spider Bug logo on the blade, Spyderco VG10. Seki City, Japan. See the Spyderco Delica 4 logo with the little bug in the middle. You can see that bi-directional FRN there, it's really good. Feels really good in your hand, guys. It's a really good, really sure feeling. Check out that Boyd dent on the lock back. Of course, you got tip up, tip down, left and right. See, you've got the Spyderco bug on the pocket clip there. I'm not sure if that's showing up on camera. Kind of a bit of glare out here. Yeah, you can sort of see it. As you can see, it's got a little bit of wear on it. You know, so I have been using this one, guys. This is a user. This is not a collector queen for me. This is one that I'm going to use, and I'm not afraid to use hard. And so far, it has exceeded all of my expectations. This is definitely Spyderco's Mini Griptilian, in my opinion. You know, the affordable, everyman size knife that's just pretty damn close to perfect, you know, on virtually every level. This is great stuff. As you can see, I got some pocket linen there. I'm carrying it so much there. Got to clean that guy out, but that's cool. Like I said earlier, it's cool that they kind of combine the two ideas into one, the lanyard hole and the pocket clip. I think that's really, really good engineering. Speaks a lot for Spyderco as a company and as knife manufacturers. Some people can close this thing one-handed, guys. I can, but I really don't like to. It just does not really make me feel comfortable to hold it right here and then to do the little thing where you flick it down. And I understand that your finger's going to stop it right there. It's personal preference, guys. I've seen my buddy Edge Weapon 88 Keelan close it with one hand, but guys, his hands are significantly larger than mine. He's got what we call like kind of alien fingers, so he can grip it like this, you know, hold the lock back right there, and he can close it with his index finger. The simple truth is my hands aren't big enough to do that. So I would just as soon, you know, just push the lock back in and close with my second hand, or, you know, I'll push the lock back in and I'll sweep this part onto my pants leg or something like that and close it like that. I'm perfectly fine with that. You know, it's a bit of a trade-off. You don't, it's not as easy to close as something like a liner, frame lock, or axis lock or something like that. But the trade-off is you get a much stronger lock, you know, that is really, really tough. Absolutely zero blade play on this guy, man. This thing is just rock solid. So, you know, you get you do make a little bit of a sacrifice, you know, on that level for a stronger lock, but that's no big deal. All right, let's do a little bit of a cutting demonstration here. I'm still working with a factory edge on this one, guys. I have not resharpened it, so we'll see how it does. Look at that. There are few things in the world as awesome as Spyderco VG10, man. They just get it right out of the box. It's just crucial. Oop. Sorry, the paper's just a little bit wet here. There we go. Look at that. It's just ridiculous, man. Absolutely awesome. Factory edge. Good job, Spyderco. So, in conclusion, guys, I think the Spyderco Delica 4 full flat ground is, I'm going to agree with my peers on this. This is the Delica to have. If you want one, this is the one that I would absolutely recommend that you get. As far as just construction, the quality of it, the capabilities of the knife, the materials they use, the overall refinement of it, man. I mean, this is it, dude. This is the cat's ass of Delicas right here, man. They've really done an outstanding job with this for the price point. Usually between, depending on where you shop, you really do your homework and you get a good deal on this, guys. 50, 60, 65 bucks, something like that, which again will put it right in direct competition with something like the Spyderco Mini Griptilian. So this for the price point, man, this for Spyderco, it doesn't really get a whole lot better than this. This is a relatively budget-friendly knife with really, really good materials, really well constructed, and it just performs. I mean, this is just awesome. And one of the big plus sides is it comes with a lot of colors this year. You know, they're diversifying themselves as a company a little bit, offering their customers more options. I went for the green on this one simply because I do not have a green colored knife like this, and I just thought it'd be kind of nice to spice up the collection a little bit and, you know, do something a little bit different. The blue is really nice. I think it comes in a purple. I think there's a brown or something in there, so they've got a little bit for everyone. Again, I can absolutely give this one MrJimbofox recommendation. For Spyderco and for the price point, guys, I'm going to have to give this a must-buy. I mean, I have just been absolutely blown away by this. Again, this is my first Delica. I'm not a Delica expert, you know, like my friends John Wayne Colt 45 or Edge Weapon 88 or my buddy Darkchild. You know, they really know their stuff about this, and they've got multiple versions of it. But for all of you out there like me who didn't have a Delica before this, this is the one to get. I can guarantee you that. As far as the price is concerned and everything about it, man, this is the one. So I would give this one a must-buy for you Spyderco collectors out there, and really anyone who really wants a $50 to $60 really quality Spyderco knife. This is at the top of the list. So I want to go ahead and thank everyone so much for watching. I appreciate everyone's time, all the subscribers, feedback, comments, man. You guys are awesome as always. I really got the best fan base in the world here, man. You guys rock and roll. Okay, so as always, guys, stay fit, stay strong, stay supreme. Take care.